been a tough out all game long.
Settling in now, Curtis Granderson. He's 1 for 4 for the game. Runners on first with one down. Runners going. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. Short hop, but they got him. Great pick and tag to catch him trying to steal.
And he waited for his opportunity there, but not going to pan out this time as a good throw nails him at second.
And boys, probably a handful of deserving candidates for our top player of the game award, but what do you say we go ahead and give it to the man who shut the door out of the pen?
Yeah, it's nice to have someone like this that you can call on to finish things out for you, and he came on to slam the door shut.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Caro, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com. The Mets come out on top, 5-4. So long from New York. Both teams getting their final warm-ups in as we welcome you back to the MLB pregame show. First pitch of Game 2 in our series is right around the corner. But before we turn that corner, here is our Topps player spotlight. The kid will be in the glow, and he enters the month lighting up the stat sheet. For a closer look at this emerging talent, let's turn to Steve Lyons.
Well, Matt, he has truly been impressive to watch over the last month or so. Perhaps one of the hottest players in the big leagues. And you know, he's definitely a good-looking young player, but I don't think anyone, including his own organization, expected him to do so well this early on. It's an exciting time for him right now, and if he keeps playing like this, or even close to it, he's definitely going to be making a name for himself very quickly around the league. Boy, I'm excited to see how he looks in this matchup.
All right, lineups and first pitch are coming up next. Stay tuned for that right here on the show. From Flushing, Queens, baseball from the home of the Mets, Citi Field. Game 1 here in the month of August between the Washington Nationals and the New York Mets. These two should provide some big-time fireworks. First pitch is coming up. And here's how the Nats line up in this one. Thoughts, EK? Anyone stand out?
Well, I know they love what Ian Desmond brings to his offense. He's got an on-base percentage over .450 in the last 10 ball games. He's been locked in at the plate, not chasing balls out of the zone, and it's been paying off.
Jonathan Neese, an Ohio-born left-hander, gets the starting nod. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, you see the ERA there. Not anything that's going to jump out, but he has been dependable. He gives his ball.
Stepping in, Denard Span. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
First pitch, 7-11.
Neese is ready. Here's the 0-1. Hit to first. The kid comes up with it, and he'll take this to the bag himself, and there's your first out of the ball game. A moment now to take a look at the visiting Washington Nationals. How do they get back into the win column, Psycho?
Well, all they have to do is keep doing what they're doing. This team has a very high average, continuing to hit well as a team, and they'll continue to win games.
The kid will get his first opportunity now. 14 home runs to his credit so far this year. And he'll take strike one on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. Eric, these Nationals, as they enter play here tonight, they come into this one in need of some kind of spark to turn them around as they find themselves in the midst of a 5-game slide.
When you're looking at trying to...
Meanwhile now, this is trouble down that right field line. This should be extra bases. And they'll have runners at second and third following the one-out double.
Oh, you talk about being comfortable at the plate. That's the way he's feeling it right now. 9 straight games with that base hit now.
Jack Bassett will stand in now. And as you can see, he enters play with 16 home runs on the season so far. Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground. In time to first, and there are 2 away. Time now to take a look at Terry Collins' Mets starting lineup in this one. Who stands out to you, EK?
Well, guys, everybody should be looking out for that guy in the number 3 spot. He was absolutely on fire last month. He hit over 500. It's one of the best.
Daniel Murphy will stand in now, and his batting average currently good for 7th in the National League.
Well, right now, he's in the prime of his career, so these are the years you'd really expect to see the best of...
This ball gets down. Let's see if they try to score. Oh, but it's offline, so the run will score.
I'm trying maybe to carry a little of that momentum over from last night. He gets a pitch he can handle right here, and he's going to give his guys an early lead here, as that makes the score 1-0 here in the first.
Travis d'Arnaud will stand in now. He homered in the ballgame last night. Grounded back up the middle. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Mets forced to settle for 1 here in the inning. We'll go on to the top of inning number 2. It's the Mets 1 and the Nationals nothing. Yunel Escobar will stride forward, currently sitting in 6th place in the race for the National League hitting crown.
And not bad for a second baseman. There are some good ones, but second base isn't typically where you'd expect to have one of your best hitters.
On the ground to second base, this could be 2. On to first, and they'll get Escobar as well, a double play. And with a quick breather here, let's take a look at the defense for the New York Mets. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, remember, this manager has not jumped on board with all the defensive shifts. Still that old school mentality, plays guys straight up, so we'll see how that is.
Denard Span will come up to start things out in their half of the third. Plenty of opportunities for him those first 2 innings, but nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they've had their chances. 5 hits already, but they just haven't been able to make anything stand up.
Grounded up the first baseline, but this will get foul for... The kid stands in looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here, with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Zimmerman's ready. Here's the first pitch. And there's his strike right down the heart of the plate. 0-1. High and deep to straightaway right. Worth going back. Out of here. She was a wall scraper, but it counts just the same. A home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Home run number 15 for him thus far, as the Mets are out in front now, 2-0.
Boy, now I want you to check out the location of where this pitch is in the strike zone. It's up and it's right down the middle. I mean, maybe you get away with that to a 220 hitting backup catcher, but
So striding in, Jose Lobaton, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. On the ground up the middle. Flip of his glove for one. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. 4 to 6 to 3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. We're back with more on this Saturday night after this. The kid will stride in again, and before he takes his cuts here, let's flash you back to the third inning. This was just a solo shot, but it definitely helped get this offense going. And some action out in that Washington bullpen now as we see both a left-hander and a right-hander throwing. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike one.
And you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball, why not do it on the first pitch? A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway, and you just bought yourself a strike that you can now throw anything off of.
Hit hard to the right side, fielded by Escobar, and reined in one away.
Now batting, right fielder,
Bryce Harper steps in after hitting an RBI single his last time around. He's set. Here's the 3-2. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And he'll stay with it long enough to get the out at first. But meanwhile, the runners move up to second and third now with 2 away. The kid is set to take some more swings. He homered back in the third inning.
the kid.
Right down Broadway that time. Strike one.
Oh, and you wonder if maybe he decided beforehand just to take a pitch up there first. Too bad for him because that thing was right down Broadway.
Hard liner to center field. And that's in there. Base hit. Oh, and he runs right through the stop sign. And a relay to the plate. And not in time as the run scores.
Well, apparently, they've still got a pulse here. A run is in to score on the base hit, and now, with another hit or two, they could really make this interesting.
Jack Bassett will stand in. He flew out his last time up. Runner goes for second. This is in the air out to left field. Harper is going to get there to make the catch, and now they may have a shot at doubling the runner at first. Daniel Murphy steps in with 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. 3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. In the air now out to left field. Harper is there, and he makes the catch for the second out. On to first, and they get the double play. Mets played a run on a couple of hits. 9th inning coming up. It's the Nationals 9 and the Mets 3. Jose Lobaton stands in. He'll try to improve in this at-bat after grounding into a fielder's choice his last time up. All even at 2-2. Here it is to first. Oh, and he can't come up with it. And a good effort as he's able to gather it in and make the play for the first out.
First baseman, number 19.
And guys, little doubt that the big bat here tonight belonged to this gentleman right here, Denard Span. Don't put that card in your bicycle spokes. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, I think in the end, this really could have been anybody's award. But what the heck? Let's go ahead and give it to this guy. He's as deserving as anybody.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. Washington is victorious in this one, 10-3.